you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi.
Every dream conquered is another dream game. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people that I say we are mash up the dance. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights
Thanks for joining us for CVM News at noon. It's Tuesday, July 7, 2026. I'm Akeem Oret. Opposition leader Mark Golding has appeared to hit back at former House Speaker and Member of Parliament Marissa Dalrymple Philibert following her recent comments criticizing opposition MPs for their conduct in Parliament. Speaking Sunday at a PNP divisional conference in Admiral Town in Kingston, Mr. Golding said he is proud of the new generation of politicians, arguing that they are playing an important role in holding those in power to account.
I hear on Tuesday in the House of Representatives, an MP who had to resign in disgrace, having been found to have done certain hanky-panky things by the Integrity Commission. And then they've chosen to run back and win back again, and is in Parliament again talking about new breed of politician. Well, I am proud of the new breed. I am proud I'm bringing in the new breed of politicians into the party and into the power in Jamaica.
In the meantime, Kingston Mayor and the Chairman of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KCMC, Andrew Swaby, is again taking aim at his predecessor, Delroy Williams, for what he's describing as millions of dollars in inherited debt. Also speaking on Sunday at the PNP conference in Admiral Town, Mayor Swaby said the debt has become a challenge for the corporation as the KCMC is unable to address a number of ongoing issues.
When we took office, it is in excess of $400 million that was left of outstanding bill that Delroy Williams and his friends left for us to hug up. Of that amount, $164 million is still outstanding. And I will tell you, sir, some of the general bills that he left can go back to 2021. Some of the retention bills that he left go back even before that. And I want you to understand, having had to pay those and continue to pay those bills, I can't get to fix roads that is so important to you at the pace that we want to fix it.
In the meantime, Works Minister Robert Morgan argues that while funds allocated to councillors for road works not covered under the Spark program might never be enough, it's up to the elected officials to make it work.
And I just wish that some of these mayors would be honest and admit that they either do not have the capacity to do the work or the willingness to do the work. We don't, as MPs, get allocations to fix roads. So anybody who is coming and misleading the public to say that MPs are not allowing councillors to fix roads, or to say that parish councils don't get resources to fix roads, Minister Mackenzie can tell you it is not correct.
They're saying it's not enough. Not that they're saying that they
Well, it's never enough, but a demonstration of your competence is the ability to use what you have to give the people benefits, and I will humbly afford, in the case of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, their allocations have increased by over 30% in the last 2 years, but their allocations to road repair has not increased by 30% over the last 2 years.
Minister Morgan was responding to questions posed by our news team about complaints from several members of Parliament and Kingston Mayor Andrew Swaby about not receiving enough funds for road repairs. After the passage of Hurricane Melissa, the Works Minister committed to repairing the Mount Pelier Road in St. James. When asked to provide an update on the progress, the minister had this to say.
So we did visit the area of Mount Pelier a few months ago, and we did make a commitment that we're going to spend $100 million working with the Jamaica Social Investment Fund to assist in the rehabilitation of the road. So we have fulfilled that commitment. The sections that the pipeline was being done was rehabilitated. Obviously, there are other sections that will have to be repaired over time, but we have repaired the sections that we had committed to repairing.
The People's National Party continues to raise concerns over the demolition of occupied homes on Crown lands in West Albion and St. Thomas, arguing that the approach has left vulnerable families displaced. Opposition spokesman on land settlements and titling, Lothan Cousins, says the issue should be handled with greater consideration for those affected.
The issue of whether a notice is sufficient is a matter that ought to be subject to judicial review. And that is why we have certain mechanisms in place to protect the interests of the private citizen. The government can't be begging the Inter-American Development Bank and World Bank for support when they are also subject to these treaties that we have signed. And the government is putting itself in a precarious position, because if these pacts of displacement are proven, they may jeopardize their ability to even get Hurricane Melissa recovery funds from these organizations.
To other news now, Jamaica's murder rate continues to trend downward, with killings down 24% so far this year. While welcoming the improvement, criminologist and security expert Dr. Jason Mackay says Jamaicans should still take basic precautions despite the significant reduction in violent crime.
I think you should feel more secure in respect of specific things, like being caught in the middle of a gun battle between gangs and police, or gangs and gangs, that type of atmosphere that is more in keeping with a city at war. You don't have to worry about those things as much anymore, because there's significant impact. There's significant less impact by the gangs. You of course still have to be sensible.
A Westmoreland Municipal Corporation employee is this afternoon recovering in hospital after he was shot during an attempted motorcycle robbery in the parish Sunday night. The incident has prompted the Savannah Lamar police to step up security measures. Reports are that about 9:45 p.m., the 32-year-old was riding along the Strathbogie Main Road. On reaching the vicinity of Unity Primary School, he slowed to navigate a pothole when two men on another motorcycle approached him. The men reportedly brandished handguns and ordered him to hand over his motorcycle. Instead, the man sped off. The suspects then opened fire, hitting him. Despite being shot, the victim managed to ride away from the area. He was later taken to hospital where he was treated and admitted. An investigator told our newsroom the police believe the suspects are linked to a series of motorcycle robberies in the area. Investigators say they are actively pursuing several strong leads. Still in Westmoreland, where a 57-year-old security guard has died after an apparent accident along the Sheffield Main Road in the parish on Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as Adrian Robinson, otherwise known as Bigger. Reports are that Robinson was traveling on a truck while returning home from a party in Little Bay when he attempted to disembark near his workplace. It is reported that he fell, striking his head on the roadway. Although the truck driver reportedly offered to take him to hospital, hospital, Robinson declined medical assistance. He was found unresponsive early Sunday morning and was later pronounced dead at hospital. Police investigations into the incident are ongoing. A 27-year-old man is dead and a woman is now hospitalized following a motor vehicle crash in Negril. The deceased has been identified as Shadri McIntyre of Jericho in Hanover. Reports say the crash happened early Monday morning while McIntyre was driving along Norman Manley Boulevard from Green Island towards Negril. The wet and slippery road surface reportedly caused McIntyre to lose control of the vehicle, which skid off the roadway and crashed into an embankment near Boardwalk Plaza. McIntyre and a female passenger were taken to hospital after sustaining head and body injuries. McIntyre was later pronounced dead, while the woman is still in serious condition. Tributes continue to pour in following the death of legendary MVP track club coach Stephen Frano Francis, whose athletes won multiple Olympic and World Championship titles. Sports journalist Trishana McGowan says his impact went far beyond sprinting.
Well, I know people like to say, that he's among the best, and I always say to him whenever I see him, whenever I run into him, I remind him that you're the best. He's not just a sprint coach. He's a track and a field coach, and he did a fantastic job overall, in my opinion.
And we now go to a break. Stay with us.
This is Deposit Insurance in a Minute. Under the JDIC, business accounts are insured separately from the owner's personal accounts up to 1.2 million.
Hold on there. So my little shop money and my little savings money insured separately?
As long as your savings and business accounts are in a bank or building society.
Well, that's not bad.
To learn more about how deposit insurance works, visit the JDIC website at www.jdic.org or follow on Facebook, Instagram, and X at JDIC Jam.
JDIC, protecting deposits for you and me.
The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament. With a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame, who are the best or worst players of the day? And have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard, and the music keeps on playing, and the people never say we are mash up the dance. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament. With a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame, who were the best or worst players of the day? And have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi.
Hey, what I want?
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan, pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a guan? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
That's a guan, pa. What a guan?
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Story. Thanks for staying with us, and we welcome you back with a news follow-up where investigators in Trelawney are still working to determine the cause of the massive fire that destroyed several businesses along sections of Kings Street last week. But even as investigations continue, at least one of the affected business operators say he's now moving quickly to repair the damage and reopen his store. Amoy Harriet has this report.
Mark Cummings has been operating Rich's Bargain Store and Slots of Fun Bar and Gaming Lounge for several years. The bargain store has been in the family for decades. He lost both businesses in a massive blaze along King Street in Falmouth, Trelawney last Tuesday. Like him, neighboring business owners suffered damage believed to be in the millions.
We saved just a little of material. I mean, the majority, 90% of it went up in flames.
His store is one of the few in the area that supplies back-to-school items to residents. He says his customers are now concerned.
For some people, Rich's Bargain Store is a tradition. I mean, they have been coming here decades for their back-to-school needs. When our mother passed,
Apologize for that. But to news overseas now, rescue teams and emergency supplies have been deployed throughout China as a typhoon Maysak has triggered extreme weather that has been battering the nation. Included is a landslide that has injured hundreds of individuals and killed at least 10. Al Jazeera has the details.
Videos circulating on social media show the moment a tornado hit the central Chinese province of Hubei. People tried desperately to keep doors and windows closed while furniture and belongings are propelled across streets. Several people were killed. The tornado caused by Typhoon Maysak was the first to hit the region in years. Meteorologists say it was powerful enough to lift cars. In the city of Huanggang, dozens of people were injured and hundreds fled their homes. In the southern province of Guangxi, days of torrential rain caused rivers to burst their banks, collapsing dams and unleashing dangerous surges of water. Authorities say tens of thousands have been displaced.
About 55,000 people in Nanning have been affected by the flooding downstream of the reservoirs. Authorities have evacuated 48,000 people through early warning, targeted alert callbacks, and emergency relocations.
Villages and towns are submerged. Rescue teams are using boats to save those trapped. The flood control emergency response has been raised to its highest level, with the government warning of more heavy rain in the days ahead. In the western region of Gansu, teams are working at the site of a landslide. They've rescued several people in the mountainous Tanchang County, but others are still missing. China's flooding season began this month. Scientists say global warming, combined with a strong El Niño event in the Pacific Ocean, are causing extreme weather never seen before.
And we take another break here inside CVM News at noon, but stay with us. Sports is next.